Alright, we are leaving Nanaimo. Neck Point. What a great spot. Lovely family. Thanks for the visit. And we're carrying on. Heading to Hornby today. Looks a little calmer today, more of a northerly or maybe even a northeasterly, which is kind of nice. So we'll see how she goes. Yeah. Just gonna get in the wetsuit either way here, or rather the dry suit. Might as well. Rather be wearing it in hot than not wearing it and in a mess. So I'm gonna put it on. It's noon. Monday morning. We got Winchelsea Islands out here. We are approaching Winchelsea Islands. Currently motoring and pedaling. It's a bit overcast at the moment. We're getting about 5 amps into the batteries, which is about 200 watts. Not bad. We're currently cruising at around, let's see here. Oops. There we go. That's one way to do it. Okay. Currently cruising around 300 watts. 350. That's about 9 amps. Probably cannot see that on the screen. But yeah, so using a little more than we're getting, but it's okay. I'm hoping for the weather to clear up a little bit. It's forecasted to clear, so we'll see. Sun's up there somewhere. Hoping it clears up for us today. I'm hoping to get to Hornby today, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Gerald Island might be a potential last good spot. Then we got a stretch of about 20 or so kilometers, maybe a little more, Qualicum Beach, where there's not a lot of good spots to pull ashore. But I'm hoping with any luck we'll get a Qualicum outflow wind or maybe an inflow, something like that. Some kind of crosswind anyways. Get our sail out and actually make some better speed here, but it's not bad. We're doing about 6.5 kilometers an hour, almost 7 kilometers an hour. We're getting into Hornby at this rate at around 8:45. A little late, but we'll see how it goes. Let's jump on pedal. Here's my latest invention at sea. Arm hand pedals. So I can get my arms into it. My legs get a little tired. Just nice to be able to mix it up. Get a little bit of variety. Problem is, I can't steer when my hands are occupied, but she tracks pretty straight for the most part. So a little autopilot steering unit would be pretty sweet. Could have something attached to the motor. A bit of a foil on there, so probably could, you know, a little servo, something like that. Probably work. Passing through the Winchelseas now. Yeah. Nice, getting a break from the swell here, so cruise through here. Enjoy the break while we can and carry on. Snack time. Beef jerky. Made myself at home. And we got some nuts, plantains, just a little macadamia, a little mix, high fat nuts. This jerky's so good. Nice and fat on there too. Helps fuel me, keep me going. Yow Islands coming up in front here. It's a nice looking island with this big sand beach in the middle. But I think we're passing through. We're not going to be stopping there today. We got about 43 kilometers to Hornby. Making about 6.5 kilometers per hour right now. Not too bad. Using about 300 watts. And we're getting about 300 on the panels. Off and on here. There's some scattered cloud. But not too bad. Yeah. Stoked. Making good headway today. can relax a bit off the pedals. It's got the drive blank in. So I need to add some foam tape around there. It kind of wells up a little more than I'd like. It's a bit annoying. If I got the hatch out, the hatch open, it gets just gets a bunch more water on this hatch, and these kind of leak a little bit. So that's another thing to improve. Also want to get some self-amalgamating tape for these solar joints that we see everywhere. Kind of keeping a close eye on them. I put some super fluid film inside there, inside all the connections, just because when I took them apart a couple days ago, I noticed that there appeared to be a bit of water in there. I'm assuming salt water. Nothing looked corroded, but I cleaned them out. I dried them out with some alcohol. I've got some 70% ISO on board, so I kind of cleaned them out and then let them dry out in the sun for a couple hours. And then I reassembled them and put a little bit of super fluid film in there, which is really, really great stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking if I self-amalgamate the back of the connection, I think that's probably the most vulnerable spot for those connectors, is water getting up the back side. I've got a bunch of them there, splitters, so yeah, so far everything's good, but I want to keep it that way. When it's choppy out here, the waves really start blowing over the panels, and they're basically almost submerged half the time. So yeah, I'm just gonna try my best to keep the water out of it. I think it's kind of a matter of time before water gets in there and damages it. I'm just gonna try to extend that for as long as possible and extend the life of all the connectors. I've got spares, of course, but yeah, I just like to not fiddle with them as much as possible. I was thinking maybe even like enclosing them in like a bag of some sort, or having like a deflector bag or some kind of something that when the water comes sheeting over, it kind of skips the connectors. But I don't know. I think that nothing's come to mind really. That's just that would be a significant improvement. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yow Islands. Looking nice. Yeah. Alright, had the sail out for a bit. Had a bit of almost like a northeasterly. Was almost able to kind of stay on this heading, but wasn't so helpful. So I just turned the sail away, and I got the solar panels fully out now. Got them tilted up to the sun. We're getting 7.6, 7.7 from the two front ones, and 3.3 from the overhead. So yeah, it's not bad. It's like 11 amps. That's pretty good. That's 400 watts. We're cruising at about 480 watts right now, doing about 6-7 kilometers per hour or so. Yeah, a little 1 foot little swell. Slowing us down a little bit, but not too bad. Sun's out, baby. That's what we like to see. Sun is out, so I'm happy. At this rate, we're looking at arrival to Hornby for 8 o'clock. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can see it off in the distance there. Way off there. Pretty sure that's Hornby. That's where we're going. Bulliness to our right. And we got Lasquiti, Texada beyond.
The world is full of misery. I'm the one you're taking.
Whoa, that's a humpback. Wow. Sailing along here. Doing about 8 kilometers, 9 kilometers an hour in the surf swell. Just saw some humpback whales. How about that? We are 22 kilometers from Hornby Island, off in the distance. Should be there in a couple hours or so, less. Yeah, well, about 2 hours. 2.5 hours. So things are looking good. We're making good pace today. And the northwesterly turned into a southeasterly, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. So yeah, should be a Hornby soon. Just surfing it. Yahoo! All right, got a big outflow. Big Qualicum outflow here. Westerly coming in. I guess more of a southwesterly, I guess. But yeah, we're flying here. 15 kilometers per hour. Woo! We're flying. Awesome. Great way to come in. We're reefed halfway. Cruising. Woo! Alright. Yahoo! Almost settled. Excellent. Great way to come in. Oh, baby. We're really flying now. Yeehaw. Yee-hoo. Alright, here we are, Hornby Island. Just pulled into Tribune Bay. That was an incredible sail in. I caught a huge outflow out of Qualicum. And I was flying like 15 kilometers per hour. I think we hit 20 at one point. Just planing this thing along. That was awesome. Wow. 6:30. We beat all expectations. Battery's at 40%, 90% charge. 40 volts. So we're in amazing shape. Everything is good. Everything is good right now. This is all very good. What a lovely. As you can see here, we got quite a bit of seaweed on the seat as we were sailing in that last bit. And once I got to Hornby here, I was able to use my good friend's cargo bike. I actually built this bike a few years ago, so it's kind of serendipitous to be able to ride it around Hornby here.
Sprayed some fluid film in there to help seal up the electronics. I was noticing a bit of water had gotten in there yesterday, so I think these glands are pretty sealed. I suspect it's probably coming from here, where this polyurethane did not really stick to the case. So I got JB weld on the inside, but I think I'm going to pick off all this polyurethane. Didn't really stick to the case. And I'm just going to JB weld it. That worked for the inside, it should work for the outside. Here we go. You can see it peeling off here completely. No good.
Well, that escalated quickly. The aluminum was completely unadhered to the case, and my suspicion is that this is PET, which is, or maybe HDPE, but anyways, either of those are hard to bond to.
So a bit of a rookie mistake. This hot glue is holding surprisingly well. Let's maybe use hot glue. In any case, I'm going to see if I can find a PET adhesive. There's some plastic welds, something like that, JB. We'll see how it goes. We'll get this sealed back up. Alright, things are getting serious here. Got a couple different types of plastic bonders. Not sure exactly which one of these to go with. They both don't particularly state to work on polyethylene, but most hard plastics. I think I'll try this one on the inside, and then maybe do the outside with the bonder. Yeah, hopefully one of them works. I'm sure they'll bite on the aluminum okay. And then yeah, I'm going to clean up this edge here, this flange on the inside. And clean it up on the outside, get it nice and clean with the acetone. Same thing, clean up this flange that I kind of milled into this. Hopefully we can keep water out of this thing, keep this little ESC alive. Well, there we go. Whee! Good morning. It's one weekend to the trip, and we're waking up here on Hornby Island. My neck and back is absolutely killing me. I slept on it wrong a couple nights ago, and I've got an intense pain under my left shoulder blade, and it hurts to turn my neck to the right. Any direction really happens sometimes to me, and I'm hoping it goes away in short order because it's extremely painful. Anyways, today we're going to be heading to Courtney Comox, maybe past further. We'll see how it goes. All right, we're leaving Tribune Bay. 10:20 in the morning, a later start than expected as usual. But it's all good. Winds are calm currently. Forecast is for a northwesterly for most of the day. Heading north past Denman, past Sand Island. Possible spot to stop there. Courtney Comox harbors. And continuing hopefully northwards to a marina just north of Comox. Not a whole lot of places to pull out north of Comox, south of Campbell River, so I think we'll probably see if we can stay at the marina tonight, tie up if they can let us maybe put your tent on their lawn or something like that. We'll see. We'll find somewhere, I'm sure. Here we go, back on the seas. Getting it's a bit overcast right at the moment. The sun is not quite out. Still getting about 4 amps on the panels right now. 2.5 from the 2 front panels, and about 2 amps. Oh, the sun's coming out now. About 5 amps, 6 amps. So there you go. Here's along here, 800 watts out into the motor. Battery is about 85%, and expecting a bit of an outflow. Bit of a westerly outflow from the Qualicums again. Slight headwind as we motor out of Tribune Bay here, so yeah, well, maybe we'll get the sail up once we round the corner here and start heading north once again. North of Hornby, Denman to the left, Courtney Comox in front. We are cruising at about 11 kilometers an hour, 11.4, just sail at the moment.
Got a nice little southeasterly coming in. Looking good, white capping a little bit. I'm guessing it's blowing about 20. And yeah, cruising along. Charging the batteries. We're at 40 volts, 39.7 volts, charging up. Yeah, clipping along here. Expecting to be at Pacific Playgrounds Marina according to GPS time 7:20, or rather that's 5:20. I mean, if we make really good time, maybe we'll go all the way to Campbell River today. We'll see. At this rate, we'll be at Pacific Playgrounds Marina in around 5:20, 5:12. Timer keeps going down. So who knows? Maybe we'll get all the way to Campbell River today. It's about 70 kilometers from the south end of Hornby. But at this rate, we're moving pretty quick here, 10-12 kilometers per hour. So at this rate, we'll probably be there, I don't know, 8 or 9. So see how it goes. White capping slightly out there, probably blowing about 20 knots, something like that. Wind's building for sure. A bit of a cloud front coming in from the northwest. No thunderstorms, no storms today as forecasted, but good news. High pressure is rushing to fill in the low pressure. It's kind of all solar power, isn't it? The wind, it's all really solar power. The sun heats the ground, the hot air rises, cooler air rushes in to fill, and that's that. Double solar power. Cruising along, 20-25 knots. Wind. We're cruising at around 12 kilometers an hour at the moment. Transferred the dry bags over to the right trampoline for a little bit of counterbalancing, keeping the left pontoon from getting quite submerged, which is good. Keeps me going quick. Keeps the a bit less water washing over the solar panel, anyways. Yeah. Flipping along. This is a nice little unexpected southeasterly, so always nice to get a little bit of wind when you can, especially when it's your back. This is a nice surprise. Southeasterly was not forecasted today in this area, but that's the way it goes. You never really know what you're gonna get. Looking good though. About 13 kilometers an hour right now, between 12 and 14 kilometers an hour in the swell here. Light white capping, about 20-25 knots of wind out there. And it's looking good. Got the bags on the other side, on the windward side here, to level us out just a little bit and keep us as dry as possible. Feeling a bit lighter after Hornby dropped off a spare motor, and actually the one that we had originally running for the first few days. We dropped that one off, so we got one spare motor that runs on the 3D printed propeller system, and this one's running on a 3D printed propeller as well. This is the 65121. It's running on a 3D printed prop too that I made a couple years ago, actually. That one's PLA as well, but it's nice and thick, so it's quite sturdy. I've been pushed like over, I think, 1.5 kilowatts through it, and it seems to hold up. The metal propeller that motor came with, the 65121 from Flip Sky, it was not milled true at all. It's got a wobble like this. Even about its shaft, it wobbles. If you look down the back side of the motor, you can see the hole is completely off axis. So that's kind of a bummer, because that prop, probably would be a little more efficient in the water than this thicker 3D printed one. But with that wobble in there, it's kind of annoying. You feel it you like feel it vibrating in the boat. Like it's an annoying vibration that the motor gives off as well. It's probably not spinning as effective and true. So who knows? Maybe when we get to the next major town here, Campbell River, maybe we'll even wander into an outboard shop or something, or maybe some kind of used marine supply. Maybe they got an old 10mm outboard prop, some little outboard, and a 10mm ID shaft with a 5mm key pin. I've just been using copper 12 gauge insulated cable, which works just fine for my needs. I don't really plan on pushing the motor over 1,000 watts, so no problem. I actually haven't sheared one. So, yeah. Let's see what we get. Cruising 13 kilometers an hour. Waves are washing over the deck just a little bit, the odd splash. Much better than our first outing last week when we left Victoria Harbor there. We weren't quite sailing this fast, and we were much lower in the nose. You see, we're still getting splashed there off our left side, but it's our front deck is mostly above water. It's not submarining as much, and we're kind of on a beam reach right now, and yeah, it's looking good. Splashy, but not too bad. We're still pretty heavily loaded. I got probably still 3 weeks of food. Currently have about 6 liters of water, so about half capacity of water. A bit less actually. But well, we got marinas and cities every so often the next little while, so no need to worry. We are cruising. Plenty of water there. Time for lunch. Pulled it out of the hatch. We've got a little Baby Bells in there. Got some crackers, got some noodles, and we got this canned tuna. So make a little selection here. Need some tuna, crackers, and some cheese. Why not? Sounds pretty good to me. Just south of Comox here. Wind settling out a little bit. Maybe 10-15 now. We still got a bit of a swell coming in from the wind, but cruising along right now, 8 kilometers an hour. Making good time towards the north. Lunchtime. It's a little bit of lunch at sea here. Oh, nice and easy. Cape Lazo to the west. And there it is. Cruising along. 8 kilometers an hour. A couple hundred watts of solar power going to the motor. Not much coming in. We got 2 amps coming in, and we got about 5 amps going out. So battery's nearly full, 40 volts, and nice. The wind has calmed down. It's maybe 5-10 knots right now. Still a bit of a swell, and heading north. We got some pretty black rain clouds up ahead. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we'll get sucked up in there a little bit. It's possible we'll make it to Campbell River tonight. We'll see. At this point, we're 6:20 p.m. arrival at the marina option, Pacific Playground, and if we get there at 6, we might push to Campbell. It'll be 8 p.m. arrival, maybe 9 p.m. arrival. We'll see how it goes. I think I can hear thunder. And the forecast for Campbell River is calling for perhaps thunder around 4 or 5 p.m. So maybe we won't go to Campbell River today. we'll see. I'd like to not get struck by lightning. This mast is carbon fiber. I'm kind of the tallest thing around, so it's really nice to not get struck by lightning. Clouds are looking somewhat ominous. I guess I could take down the mast. That's the one thing I could do if the lightning approaches. I could take down the mast. Maybe hang out at this buoy for a while. It might be taller. Yeah. See what happens. Bunch of seals. Things have changed pretty quick out here. It's storm, kind of rolling under a storm cloud right now. No rain at this particular moment, but headwinds picked up here. 10-15 knots. It's probably going to start picking up to a yeah, it's probably going to pick up a swell here. We are still a few hours out. Yeah. We'll see here. If the swell picks up here, starts whitecapping, we might just turn around. Literally minutes later, I think I'm going to get white caps, strong headwind. Let's see what the paddles. We're under a very black cloud right now. What's the rush? Yeah, I think we're going to turn around. Let's get down. There's no rush, just needed to push. Let's check out Courtney Comox. Have a pint at the bar, why not? Got thunder and lightning. Lightning, 13 seconds later, thunder. So, not far off.
All stations, all stations, all stations. This is Victoria Coast Guard Radio. Victoria Coast Guard Radio. For a new marine assistance request broadcast for a broken down sailing vessel making their way into Pender Harbor and looking for a tow. Switch and listen to channel 83 Alpha for more details. Victoria Coast Guard Radio, out.
Jeez. Oh boy. Well, solar canopy's coming in handy. It's struck by lightning. Let's continue getting the heck on out of here. Jesus Christ. I have GPS. Get the out of here. Boy. That's lightning. Holy f***ing sakes. Let's get that out of here. We are cruising.
Good thing I turned around. That's my first real storm on the Hobie. It is shooting out here. Okay, we're alright. We're okay. It's getting lighter. Woo, out there. Guys cleared. We're going into yeah, still kind of gnarly out here, so, but I'm alright. I'm alright. Okay. Make it start quite lightly. Okay. Going to the top is the blue sky. That's the blue sky, baby. Woo. Survived. Everything is cool. Everything is fine. And now I go to Campbell River and I'm going to go lots. Yeah. Now to get up the harbor. Everything is good. I'm on land. Got my marina slip. Comox Harbor. I'm going to go find a bite. And probably camp on Little Mexico Beach. Alright, day 6 here. It is 10:50 in the morning here in Comox, BC. We are heading north to Campbell River today. About 60 kilometers, 58 kilometers. Northwesterly forecasted, diminishing 5 to 15 in the morning, which is now almost seems like a westerly at the moment. Maybe there's a bit of an outflow off the island here, so we'll see how things go. It's looking like a beautiful day. We got sunshine, batteries are full, 42 volts, cruising along on the motor here. So yeah, I think we're in good shape here. It should be a good day. Quite the difference a day makes. We were here yesterday, absolutely getting hammered by that storm, by that idiot sudden thunderstorm. Beautiful day today. Light easterly coming in, hopefully. Maybe nor'easterly. We'll see what happens when we get around to Cape Lazo here. But yeah, what a big difference a day can make here on the north half of the island. Cape Lazo, just off of Cape Lazo now. About to round and head north. Looks like a northerly, kind of wrapping around the cape here. We'll see. Maybe we can sail upwind a little bit. If it's a true northerly, maybe we can
sail northwest a little bit. We'll see what we can do. If not, the sun is out in full. There you go. Beating on the panels here. We're getting a good amount of power now, about almost 10 amps, 400 watts or so in the panels. It's not too bad. You're cruising at around 400 watts right now on the motor. Power comes in, power comes out. Yeah, doing about 7 kilometers an hour at the moment. And we are nearing the top of the Salish Sea here, also known as the Georgia Strait. See off in the distance we have Quadra Cortez and yeah, Desolation Sound. Beyond that, the Broughtons. And with those islands, that's the top end of the Salish Sea and the next phase of the journey. Onwards through the Johnstone Strait, a narrow, windy section. It's very tide influenced. It'll be tricky to get through there, but with any luck, we'll time the tides, get some good winds, and make our way through there. But first, Campbell River. Stop at the hardware store, get some amalgamating tape, and a toque. It's cold out here. I forgot my toques, and beanies for you Americans. Caps, perhaps, for the English. I'm not too sure, but I need something to cover my ears. Got this little hoodie on under my hat. It's working okay, but I need something a little tighter, more form-fitting, because it's only going to get windier and cooler, I think, from here. The high pressure system in the last few weeks, I think it's changing a little bit. Looks like we might get more winds, more variable conditions, a little bit of sun and cloud, maybe a little bit of rain, but yeah, so not quite the Mediterranean sail anymore that we had in the Gulf Islands. More of a typical Vancouver Island weather. Cool off the water, cool breeze off the water. That means that we can move under sail, so we get a bit of sun in there and we're laughing. And that is that.
Strong wind warning in effect. Wind northwest 15 knots, increasing to northwest 15 to 25 early this afternoon, then becoming northwest 15 near midnight. Wind increasing to northwest 20 to 30 Friday afternoon. Queen Charlotte Strait.
Passing Little River Ferry Terminal, just north of Comox here. It's lumpy out here. 5 to 10 knots of northwesterly headwind. It's just super lumpy. Like the odd 2-3 foot swell lumps. And here we go. Just makes it a slog. Slow going, a little tiring, but we're cruising. 7 kilometers an hour. Running about 500 watts in the motor right now. So we're slowly draining our battery, but it's okay. Just want to get through this area here. Maybe the closer we get to Quadra, maybe it'll calm down a little bit. Yeah, it's just lumpy. It's lumpy, but at least it's not very windy, so we'll take it. Just keep making headway. We're making good pace. In Campbell River around 7 p.m. today, if we continue on at this rate. So hopefully when we get closer to the point there, we'll tuck in a little bit, because these waves are just tiring. That's all. Thankfully you don't get seasick on when you're so close to the water. At least I never get seasick on this boat. Never an inkling of it. So sometimes get seasick on larger boats, that's for sure. Especially on below deck. Looking down or trying to fix something or preparing food, yeah. This can make me a little green. So for now, we're just plodding along here, bouncing along, slamming along here. So away it goes. It's pretty lumpy out here. Let's 10K north of Little River Ferry. Just glad that there isn't a stiffer headwind to deal with these rollers coming in here. Some meter swells. It looks like whitecapping, but there's no wind, which is odd, but I'm relieved. It's just all mixed up. After the storm yesterday, and yeah, just kind of stirred up in a weird way here. These odd, bigger waves, but it's only maybe a 5-knot headwind right now. But boy, it's splashy. I'm getting wet. Splashes, and it's tiring. Maybe we'll pull into specific playgrounds to get out of this for a bit. It's really tiring for hours and hours. Nowhere else to pull out here. No islands. Well, I guess there's a beach, but I don't really want to go to the beach. Just on the water if I can. Maybe the dock. We'll see. All right. 2 p.m. here. Making our way to Comox, and we are just passing Kitty Coleman Campground and Provincial Park. Nice little spot. Camped here a couple months ago by bicycle. Did the Tree to Sea loop. Maybe I should put out a video on that. Got some footage. I pulled in from being about a kilometer offshore. It's so lumpy out there. Geez, my neck is getting more sore now. It's just getting lumped about, so I think it's actually the current that's flowing right now. There's a bit of a current against me at the moment. It's going to change in a couple hours, and then I'll hopefully start getting pushed up north, which will hopefully speed me up a little bit. At the moment, we're just kind of putzing along here. I'm taking a little break, seeing if maybe there's less current closer to shore here. Maybe there's some kind of a little maybe toilet bowl effect going on here close to shore. I don't know, but it's definitely a little bit less lumpy closer to shore. So we're gonna hang out here. It's also more entertaining. There's more to look at closer to shore, I would say. The kilometers seem to go by a little faster. All right, 3:45 p.m. We have got the sail out. We're kind of close hauled, motor sailing now. Yeah, it's pretty much a northerly. Starting to head a little more towards the, just north to south, I guess, and we're heading on a northwest course now. So we can sail it just a little bit. It helps with the sea motion a little bit. And we're making about 8-9 kilometers an hour. We're 400 watts on the motor. Using a little more than we're getting, but we're pretty close now. I'll probably ease up the motor here a little more, and there we go, 400 watts on the motor now. Let's see. Be nice to maintain 8 kilometers an hour, but in any case, we're still making good time. Still heading the right way. All is good. Oof. It's a slog out here. Just dead headwind now. We're south of Campbell River. I don't know, maybe 10-15 kilometers. But I'm exhausted. Just been non-stop headwind basically all day. And these rollers, just non-stop waves. Bit of a boost from the current we had, I think. Now it's gone. We are only managing about 5-6 kilometers an hour. So it's a slow go. Yeah. But still hoping to get to Campbell River tonight. We'll see. Oh, I'm tired. It's 5:20. At least the sun's coming back out. It's got a decent charge on the panels here, so we're pushing. We got some turbulence out here. Campbell River. What the heck is going on? We are making some GPS speed forward. But yeah, we're still going forward. There's just some kind of a tidal shift happening here. Wow. Didn't expect it in the middle of nowhere. We are now going sideways. Well, let's just go with it, I guess. Let's calmer up ahead. We'll go to where it's taking us. Heading more northerly here. Whoa. Oh, there's a big tug behind me. I should get the heck out of here. Well, I made it to Campbell River, sort of. I'm just north of Cape Much on Quadra Island, anchored with my grapnel just in the rocks here. It's really shallow. You can see that, but we have about 3 feet, 4 feet on the sounder, and I can't get across the marina. I can't get across the harbor here. There's a 9 kilometer per hour current flowing, and my batteries are low. They're just about dead. I've got the panels up. I'm trying to charge a little bit here, but yeah, it's not looking too good at the moment. Still getting a bit of sun here. I might be able to cop a bit of a charge. Just hoping I can stay put here. Got all my line out. Looks like I'm staying put, so far so good. Anyways, the tide's gonna slack up in about an hour, and maybe I can get a bit of a charge in the meantime. I'll make the most of it here, try to collect some solar energy, and I guess carry on. It's a big day today. Got absolutely bounced around out there, and then just south of Quadra here, the currents converging, it was nuts. Yeah, first time in this area by water, and I know people always said the tide and currents here are quite something, but you know, sometimes you never really know what you're gonna get until you really get there. Anyways, what can I say? I made it through. I'm here. Wait for tide. What else can you do? Worst case, I can pull up on these rocks here with my rollers, maybe drag it up, or maybe wait till high tide here, and we'll see here. See what I can do, I guess. We're hanging out on Quadra Island. 45 minutes left of sunlight. Trying to maximize the charge here. We're just gonna wait out and wait for slack tide. So maybe leave in like a half hour. Or maybe try to snake our way up this side and then, you know, cross, I guess. I don't know. The current was crazy here today, 9 kilometers per hour flowing through here. So slack is supposed to be at 9:30. So that's in about 45 minutes. Be after dark, but that's the way she goes. See how it goes. Alright, crossing Discovery Passage here. I think we'll make it to Campbell River okay after all. Bit of excitement. Yeah, that currents here are crazy. No joke. They are no joke. But yeah. Pulling the Fisherman's Wharf here and travel over to the hotel and have a nice warm night inside the hotel. Alright. Okay, Fisherman's Wharf. We made it. Oh boy. 9:45. Yeah. That was a lot. I'm happy to be here. I tie up at the dinghy dock and hopefully that's alright. Give them a call in the morning. Come right back to it. Sort it out. I'm excited for a bed tonight. Excited for a shower. I'm exhausted. We made it. And here was the trip from Nanaimo to Campbell River. 3 days total on the water. Thanks for watching, and I'll post another video soon. Bye.